It wasn't the camera that broke Logan, it was the paper. One folded legal document, yellowed and creased, tucked in a box of tax files no one was supposed to see. But there it was. A petition, signed and dated by Logan Taylor Brown, contesting the adoption of Dayton Brown. And just like that, the son who had held the family together disappeared until today. Now, years later, he walks into a courtroom where his father's eyes won't meet his, and Robyn is already crying. What did Logan find back then, and why did he try to stop the one thing everyone thought he supported? And more importantly, why is it all coming out now? This isn't just another family drama. This is the moment the entire Sister Wives legacy starts to unravel. Drop a comment. Do you think Logan did the right thing trying to stop the adoption? Or was he just trying to hold on to something that was already gone? The return of the son who knew too much. It begins with a slam. Thick courtroom doors echoing like a gavel across the marbled walls. Logan Brown steps in, shoulders stiff, tie slightly crooked, his jaw clenched the way it always is when he's pretending this doesn't hurt camera's flash. Some expected it. Others didn't believe he'd really show. After all, Logan hasn't been seen in over 4 years. Not at family holidays, not at births, not even at Garrison's memorial. But today, he's here. For the first time, not as a son, not as the eldest Brown child, but as a witness. Christine looks up from the plaintiff's table, eyes watery yet proud. She had called him. She knew he'd come, not because of loyalty, but because of truth. On the defense bench, Robyn, pale, panicked, her hand trembling in Kody's. Kody, who looks like he aged a decade overnight, his hair disheveled, eyes sunken. He didn't think Logan would come. He didn't want him to. Bolded retention. Booster. The courtroom doesn't feel like justice. It feels like a funeral for a family still pretending to be alive. The judge adjusts his glasses, clearly aware of the weight this hearing holds, not just for the Browns, but for the network hovering like vultures with contracts and edit notes waiting in the wings. Christine's attorney stands. Your Honor, we intend to present evidence that the 2014 adoption of Dayton Brown was not only contested, but that the contest was actively buried, both legally and emotionally, by the family patriarch and the network. The words ring cold. Buried. Emotionally. Across the aisle, Robyn shakes her head. Kody whispers something in her ear. She nods, but doesn't breathe. Flashback. 14-year-old Dayton hugs Logan in the hallway of the old Vegas house. Dayton's glasses fog as he sobs, "I just want to belong." Logan hugs back, but his face, hollow. He's caught between two brothers, one by birth, the other by paperwork. The next day, the papers are filed, not in support, but in contest. Christine stands beside Logan as the lawyer presents the file. Logan doesn't flinch as the court clerk holds up the original scanned document as signature. His. A bold, steady line under a statement that reads, "I, Logan Brown, do not consent to the legal adoption of Dayton Brown under this family restructuring." A gasp breaks through the courtroom. Mykelti blinks rapidly. Janelle drops her eyes. Only Mary, surprisingly, nods ever so slightly. She knew. She had known for years. The judge clears his throat. "Mr. Brown, can you tell us why you filed this? What made you believe Dayton's adoption wasn't in the family's best interest?" Logan's voice doesn't shake. "Because it wasn't about Dayton. It was about Robyn and about power." Gasps again. "I love Dayton, I still do, but I knew what this meant legally, financially, emotionally, and I also knew deep down that Robyn wasn't adopting a son. She was buying leverage." Kody slams his hand on the table. "That's a lie." The judge raises a brow. "Mr. Brown, you'll have your turn. TLC production meeting." Robyn sits quietly as Kody talks numbers with a producer. If the adoption arc lands, ratings go up. If ratings go up, we get the Flagstaff deal. Logan stands outside the office door listening. He walks away, never tells a soul, until now. The judge gestures to the bailiff to bring in the next exhibit, a copy of the TLC shooting schedule dated, highlighted. Weeks before the adoption, the producers had already mapped out a 3-episode arc titled, "From Steps to Sons, The Emotional Union." Christine's attorney points to it. There was a motive, and it wasn't love. The courtroom goes still. Even Dayton, sitting in the back, looks down at the floor. Bolded retention. Booster. When even your own story arc has a shooting schedule, how real was the love? Christine walks up to Logan during a recess. "You sure about this?" Logan nods. "They let the cameras raise us. It's time someone turned the lens back on them." The silence between them says everything. No more alliances, no more staged unity, just truth. Back inside, Robyn finally speaks, with tears streaming. You think I wanted to hurt you, Logan? I loved you like a son. Logan doesn't respond. Christine's attorney lifts a final folder. Your Honor, we'd like to submit one final piece of evidence today before recess. A hush spreads. It's an email to TLC. Subject line, you're not airing this without a fight. Sender, Logan T. Brown. The body. If you put this on air, I'm gone. And so is what's left of the family. His wasn't just an adoption. It was the moment Logan walked away and no one noticed until it was too late. The judge reads the email, looks up. Who received this? The attorney responds, the network executive, Robyn Brown CC'd. Gasps again. Robyn freezes her lips part, but no words come out. Kody looks at her in confusion. You said you never saw this. Christine locks eyes with Robyn. She saw it, she replied. Flashback. Robyn typing quickly at her computer. Her message short. He'll calm down. Just wait it out. He always does. The courtroom erupts into whispers and shuffling. The judge slams the gavel. Enough! But the damage is done. The court is now not just about custody, or legal filings, or family drama. It's about something else entirely. The boy who watched it all, finally speaking, and the family that let him walk away. As Logan steps off the stand, Robyn's lawyer opens a folder. I'd like to introduce into evidence an email from Logan Brown dated 2015 to TLC's producer in Los Angeles. He pauses. In this message, Logan admits he was willing to sign away his share of the family trust if they removed him from the storyline altogether. Gasp's jaws drop. Christine whispers to her attorney, that's not true. But Logan stares straight ahead and says nothing. The courtroom air thickens after Logan steps off the witness stand. No one speaks, not even the cameras move. It's as if everyone's afraid sound itself might break what little is left of the Brown family's illusion. Robyn is frozen. Her lips move, but no words come out. Christine stares at her like she's seeing her for the first time. Not as a sobbing sister, wife from TV, but as a woman who calculated silence. Mary's expression is unreadable, her hands clutched in her lap like she's holding something in. And Kody. He doesn't blink. The judge leans forward. Ms. Brown, he says, his voice steady but forceful. Did you reply to this email from Logan Brown? Robyn blinks slowly. I don't remember, she says, barely above a whisper. Christine's lawyer immediately stands. Your Honor, we request that the court order a full email recovery from the TLC server archives. We believe Robyn's reply directly contradicts sworn testimony. It wasn't just what Robyn did. It's what she said. No one would ever find out. The judge nods. Motion granted. Kody finally speaks. This is insane. You're turning my son against us. Against her, he says, pointing at Christine. Christine stands. He was already gone, Kody. You just never asked why. It's night. Logan sits on the porch with a blanket over his shoulders, staring out at the desert. Christine quietly steps outside with a mug of hot chocolate. She sits next to him. Dayton's adoption hearing is next week, she says. Logan doesn't turn. I know. You okay? No, he says simply. Christine waits. Logan takes a deep breath. It's not Dayton. I love him, but this whole family, it's not a family anymore. It's a production. Christine doesn't argue. She doesn't comfort him either. She just sits there, letting the silence stretch into truth. Back in court, the recovered reply arrives within the hour. The courtroom projector flickers to life. From robyn.brown@tlcnetwork.com to executive.producer@tlcnetwork.com. CC Kody Brown@tlcnetwork.com. RE Logan's threat, ignore him. He won't do anything. He's just like Mary, too scared to actually walk away. Mary gasps. Kody's jaw drops. Christine closes her eyes and exhales like the wind just knocked her flat. Robyn's voice cracks. That wasn't supposed to be... The judge cuts her off. That will be enough, Ms. Brown. Christine's lawyer paces in front of the judge. Your Honor, at the heart of this case is emotional coercion. The adoption was presented as a moment of unity, when in fact it was a business move, a plot line, and Logan saw it first. He pauses. And they punished him for it. Kody scoffs. Punished? We love that kid. He walked out. That's on him. The lawyer lifts another document. Then explain this. A family trust amendment dated 6 weeks after Logan's exit. He reads it aloud. Amendment A, in the event of withdrawal or estrangement, said, individual shall forfeit claim to residual production benefits and shared land allotment. Christine stares straight at Kody. You cut him out of Coyote Pass. The room falls to pieces. Kody stammers, that clause, that was legal counsel, not me. It was automatic. Logan stands in the back of the room now, visibly trembling. It wasn't automatic when you added Aurora, or Dayton, or even Saul. Everyone turns. I was your son, your first, and when I disagreed, you made sure I was erased. Robyn, voice soft, says, Kody, Logan doesn't want this family. Let's just protect the ones who do. Kody nods slowly, turning the pen over in his fingers. He signs. Back in court, the tension has nowhere to go. The judge speaks quietly. We'll take a short recess. Be back in 15 minutes. People rise, but Logan doesn't move. He stays in the aisle staring at Kody. Mary approaches him. I didn't know they said that about me, she says, tears in her eyes. Logan sighs. They said worse. Then he says something that stops Mary cold. You were right years ago. When you tried to leave, you just didn't go far enough. Sometimes the strongest person in the room isn't the one who stayed, it's the one who finally left. In the hallway, Dayton stands by the vending machine, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Logan walks up slowly. They don't speak right away. Finally, Dayton says, I never asked for any of this. Logan nods. I know. Dayton looks at him. But you tried to stop it. I tried to stop them. Logan corrects. Not you. A pause. I hated you for years. Dayton confesses. I thought you just didn't want me in the family. Logan's eyes glass over. I never stopped wanting you as a brother. I just stopped believing in the system they were building around us. In the courtroom, Christine prepares to call her next witness, but before she does, her lawyer gets a message. He reads it. Face stiffens. He turns to the judge. Your Honor, we've just received confirmation that Logan's email to TLC did not originate from a personal device. The judge frowns. What does that mean? It means, the lawyer continues, the email was typed from a studio-owned laptop, the same one used by production to stage confessionals. The room shifts. Robyn's head jerks up. Kody's fingers twitch. The judge leans forward. Are you suggesting... The lawyer nods. Yes, Your Honor. We believe Logan's email, his so-called threat to walk, was stage written under direction, possibly even edited by the production team. Christine turns to her lawyer. Do we have proof? He nods. We've subpoenaed the metadata from the file logs. The editing timestamps overlap with the director's confessional shoot for Robyn. Logan's face drains of color. Wait, he murmurs, stepping forward. You're saying I didn't even write that alone? Robyn's voice suddenly grows sharp. You agreed to it, Logan. You said if it helped Dayton's segment go smoother, you'd do it. Logan snaps. I was 19. I didn't even know what consent meant in a contract like that. Kody slams his hand on the table again. Stop it. This is tearing us apart. Christine turns to him, fury unleashed. You tore this family apart. You just didn't think it would ever make it to court. The judge bangs his gavel. Order! He points at Robyn. Ms. Brown, you are now under oath. Did you or did you not direct TLC producers to help ghostwrite Logan's email? Robyn hesitates. Her lip trembles, and then she looks down and says nothing. The silence this time is deafening. The witness they never expected. Dayton breaks the silence. The courtroom is silent, not because it's empty, not because there's nothing to say, but because too much has just been said and not enough hearts were ready to hear it. Robyn's silence in response to the judge's question lingers in the air like the smell of old paper and betrayal. The courtroom lights seem harsher now, revealing every crack in the Brown family's carefully crafted legacy. And then comes the moment no one anticipated this soon. Call the next witness, the judge says. Christine's attorney clears his throat, then speaks the name that shifts the room's entire gravity. Dayton Brown. Heads turn. Dayton stands at the back, stiff, face pale, his mother's eyes locked on him. Robyn mouths something silently. Maybe don't, maybe please. But Dayton doesn't look at her. He walks forward with quiet steps, one hand slightly trembling, and takes the stand. The clerk swears him in. Christine's lawyer begins gently. Dayton, you're not here to be blamed. You're here to be heard. Dayton nods, eyes lowered. Can you tell us what happened in the weeks before the adoption? Anything you remember? A pause. Then Dayton lifts his gaze, and for the first time in this trial, his voice cuts the room open. Logan asked me if I wanted to be adopted. Everyone leans in. I told him yes, Dayton continues, because I thought that's what would make Mom happy. The lawyer asks, did anyone pressure you? Dayton breathes slowly, not with words, but with everything else. The jury stirs. Kody shifts in his chair. Christine watches Dayton like she's watching her own son confess a secret he buried to protect everyone but himself. What do you mean by everything else? Dayton's eyes move toward Robyn. She cried every night. I'd hear her telling Kody it wasn't fair, that if the other kids didn't accept me legally, I'd never feel like one of them. He swallows. And she told me that if Logan didn't sign the papers, I'd always be less than the rest of the family. The room collectively holds his breath. Christine's lawyer softens his tone. Did Logan ever say he didn't love you? No, Dayton says instantly. Never. He was the only one who actually asked me how I felt, not what I was supposed to feel. Just me. A dimly lit hallway. Logan and Dayton sit side by side, their backs against the wall. Logan whispers, this doesn't change anything between us. Dayton stares at his knees. It does for Mom. Logan shakes his head. It doesn't have to. Dayton looks up and says, it already did. Back in court, Dayton's voice cracks. When Logan left, she told me it was because he couldn't handle not being the favorite anymore. Robyn gasps from the bench. That's not, she starts, but Dayton cuts her off. You did say that, Mom. You said it more than once. Sometimes the deepest wounds come from whispers spoken behind closed doors. By the people we trust most, Kody rises halfway in his chair. Dayton, enough. The judge slams the gavel. Sit down, Mr. Brown. Dayton goes on, eyes locked forward. She made me believe that Logan hated me, that he didn't want me, but I see now. He was the only one who didn't want to use me. Robyn breaks into tears. She clutches Kody's sleeve, begging with her eyes for him to stop this. But Kody is paralyzed. He can't speak, can't move. Christine rises quietly and walks over to Logan in the back. She doesn't speak either. She just rests a hand on his shoulder. And Logan, silent for most of the session, finally lets one tear fall. Dayton's final statement stuns the courtroom. I found the folder. The lawyer freezes. What folder? The one Logan left. He explains. A year after Logan left, I was looking through an old desktop folder he used to keep school files on. There was one labeled Final Papers. I opened it. It had everything. Emails, drafts, even a recorded video message. The lawyer blinks. Do you still have it? Dayton nods. I sent it to myself, then deleted it off Mom's computer. Gasps ripple across the courtroom. Christine's team instantly calls for a text submission. The judge agrees. A bailiff brings Dayton's phone to the evidence table. They load the file. The projector screen hums. Then the video plays. It's Logan, alone, no camera crew. No background music, just a dim light and his quiet voice. If you're seeing this, Dayton, it means I wasn't strong enough to stay. Or maybe just not willing to fake it anymore. I never hated you. Not for a second. I hated what they were turning you into. He exhales shakily. They didn't adopt you to give you love. They adopted you to give them control. I tried to stop it, but no one listened. Maybe someday you will. The courtroom is silent again. But it's not the same silence as before. This one is heavy with heartbreak, with clarity, with shame. Robyn wipes her face furiously. He was manipulated. He was hurt. You don't get to throw that at us now. Christine stands. No, Robyn, you threw it. Years ago, when you turned his truth into your storyline.